6 series and continue the fight for a postseason berth. Tonight they open up a 3-game series against the San Diego Padres, and Atlanta must take advantage of the second worst team in the National League. Every game and every series are important over the next month and a half, but these are the teams the Braves must beat to stay alive in the playoff chase. It's the Braves on Sports South right now as they try and stay hot against the Padres. An absolutely beautiful night here in Atlanta. We welcome you to Turner Field all season long. Atlanta Braves baseball on Sports Out, being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, the low price, every day. Folks filing in, and they will check out the Braves and the Padres. It is game 1 of this 3-game series. Hi, folks. Thanks for joining us. John Shelby alongside Joe Simpson. Braves right in the thick of the wild card race right now. And with the Padres coming in, one of the worst teams in the game, an opportunity.
They don't hit. They're not pitching very well. They're an okay defensive ball club. They've got a lot of inexperienced players. Atlanta needs to take care of these guys, and they need to take care of all 3 games they play against them.
We keep pounding home the point. Pitching has been consistent, but if they're going to make the playoffs, the offense has to continue to stay hot. There are a number of guys that have been hot, and I guess it begins with the hitting fool.
The hitting fool, Matt Diaz, has been unbelievable lately. He's hitting close to 500 over his last 14 or 15 ball games. This was a beauty, the triple that he hit in the 7th inning against the Marlins on Sunday that led to the tying run. Also, Adam LaRoche, he started hitting when he got to Atlanta. He hasn't stopped. He's hitting over 400 as a Brave with some damage, having hit 7 homers. And after a cold half of late July and early August, Brian McCann has caught fire again. He's tearing the cover off the ball. That's a great sign for Atlanta. All 3 of these guys, check out Diaz over the last 16 games, 11 ribbies. LaRoche this month, 16. And Brian McCann's last 7 games. He drove in 5 on Sunday, but 11 RBIs in 7 games. He's beginning to sting the ball again, and those are all good signs for the Atlanta lineup.
Braves second in the National League in runs per game since the break. It's the depth of the lineup that has really done the damage. Here's the thing, though. It'd be hard to imagine this team finishing strong without a hot Chipper Jones, and right now he is very far from hot.
He's the guy they got to get going. There's a couple of guys that haven't been too hot lately if you want to talk about who's hot and who's not. Chipper's certainly at the top of the list. He's got 1 hit and 1 RBI in his last 24 at-bats. But Yunel Escobar, his is one of those things that, okay, he's gone into a little bit of a dry spell over the last couple of weeks, but nothing that's as severe as Chipper, because the Braves have to have Chipper swinging a hot bat. They need him to beat Chipper Jones the last 6 weeks of the season. Everybody knows he's capable. He's just got some mechanics that he's trying to iron out in his swing. Hopefully that'll change tonight.
Pitching matchup tonight, it'll be Matt Latos, the youngster for the San Diego Padres, beat Atlanta earlier this year, and the Braves will go to the 23-year-old Jair Jurgens. We'll have more from Turner Field in Atlanta coming up after this. The Atlanta Braves on Sports South are brought to you in part by AirTran Airways, by Verizon Wireless, by Aflac, by Carrabba's Italian Grill, by Academy Sports and Outdoors, and by Dodge. Now here at Turner Field tonight, the Braves getting ready to open up a 3-game series with the San Diego Padres. Second worst record in the National League, only the Nationals with a worse mark. And here tonight on a spectacular evening weather-wise, Braves will send Jair Jurgens to the hill, and the Padres will counter with Matt Latos. The series opener coming up. We'll have the lineups in the first pitch from Turner Field after this. Atlanta on a beautiful night. Braves and Padres set for action. And game one of a 3-game set. John Shelby and Joe Simpson. Oh, Matty D, red hot. And you got fans.
That's great.
He's been hitting almost 500 over the course of the last 9. San Diego Padres lineup for Bud Black. And the lineups, as per usual, brought to you by Toyota. Cabrera Eckstein in front of Adrian Gonzalez. Who else? And a guy that has swung the bat extremely well away from Petco Park. No surprise there. Headley, Venable, Kuzminoff, Hundley, Gwynn, and Latos, the rest of the lineup. They will go up against the 23-year-old and the first pitcher ever to appear in the majors from Curacao.
And how about this? 19 of his 26 starts, he's allowed 2 earned runs or less. That is certainly consistency, folks. A great ERA, 2.99 on the year. He's 10-8, and coming off a start against the Mets where he got a ton of runs to work with when the Braves bounced back from an opening game series loss to New York and beat the Mets 15-2. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and only walked 1. He has not pitched against the Padres this year. Beat them once in his only start a year ago. His 4 keys to pitching success tonight: control the top. Control the top of the order. Cabrera at the top has a lot of speed, second in the league in stolen base percentage. Also, Eckstein, you want to keep those 2 guys off base in front of Adrian Gonzalez. Okay, and if you want to sweep, you got to win the first game. That means you got to find the broom first. Okay?
I get it.
Find the broom, and then we'll go on from there.
You got to look for the broom and get your hands on it before you can use the broom.
That is exactly it.
There's Jeff Kellogg behind the plate. He'll call balls and strikes. Tim Timmons, Mark Wegner, and Rick Reed, the rest of the lineup. And we are ready to go as the switch hitting shortstop Everett Cabrera stands in. This guy's done good work for them. Missed some time on the disabled list, but he runs well. Has been steady defensively. Jurgens winds it up. And the first pitch of the game in for a strike. Everett Cabrera, just 22 years old, making the jump from A ball. He was a Rule 5 pick from the Colorado Rockies. And a good change-up makes it 0-2.
Cabrera had a pretty good series against Atlanta out in San Diego, and his speed was an impact on that first game especially. He can run. Keep him off the bases.
JJ back to work. And goes up and in. Jurgens no dummy, a guy who, really picks up tendencies and likes to set hitters up. See if he goes change up away here. He did.
He did, in a good pitch. Thought maybe the guy would come back real aggressive after getting pitched up and in, but he didn't offer.
And he missed. So from 0-2 to 3-2. The speedster leading it off. Just getting started here in Atlanta. Bobby Cox and the Braves trying to push 9 games over 500 for the first time since 2007 as David Eckstein waits to hit. Payoff pitch. And a little bouncer. Prado shaded that way and throws him out.
Great to see Martin back in there. Hope he's feeling better.
And with Prado making the play, how about the defense in back of Jurgens in the outfield? Anderson, Infante, and Diaz. Omar's first start in center. Jones, Escobar, Prado, and LaRoche third to first. And JJ and Brian McCann the battery. And now David Eckstein. Strike one.
Going back to find the broom, if you go all the way back to early August against these Padres out west, with the exception of a 2-game mini series at home with Washington, the Braves have lost the first game of every series since then, including that one.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, considering that they've won all but I think one series since then.
Yeah.
But they lose the first one, then come back and win the next 2.
Yeah, only the Phillies series. That's the only series they've lost over that span. Jurgens again getting ahead 0-2. Whacked into left off the end of the bat, and it'll fall for a hit as Anderson picks it up. And a 1-out base runner as Eckstein reaches.
Right off the end of the bat, Chipper didn't even turn around. I think he had a feeling that was over too far away from Anderson for him to make a play.
See how well Garrett is moving with the bad back. Number of Braves banged up. No Ryan Church tonight. And ball one to the dangerous hitter at the plate, Adrian Gonzalez. Braves didn't see much of him when they were out in San Diego. He sat out a couple of games and saw his consecutive game streak come to an end at 314.
He's had an interesting year. He's basically been the only guy in their lineup all year long. He hasn't had a lot of protection, and yet he's put up big numbers home run wise. And he's been he's gone through some hot and really cold spells, but since the All-Star break, he's been very good. 325 average since the break with 9 homers.
Well, maybe that rest did him some good. Walked him on 4 pitches, so Jurgens very careful with the first baseman. And with 1 out, 2 aboard. And it'll bring up Chase Headley. Padres last in the league in runs per game, and they were last in that department last year.
Yeah, these struggles offensively are no different than what they went through last year.
And ball one to Headley, and all of a sudden Jurgens having trouble hitting his spots.
He thought he threw a strike to Gonzalez. He asked Jeff Kellogg if he missed outside, and Kellogg said yes. He only walked one against the Mets on the 19th. Can't put guys on with this lineup. Not because they're so dangerous, but because you don't want to give them any help. Make them swing the bat, make them put it in play. And this is why. Runs per game, average, and then the last three categories at or near the bottom in those three.
And a swing and a miss. 1 and 2. That home run rank is really buoyed by Gonzalez' individual numbers. You know, he's got 33 of their home runs. Bud Black, besides when Gonzalez is at the plate, is not waiting for the 3-run homer.
No way.
Now the 1-2.
Well, consider this. Adrian Gonzalez has 33 home runs, and he has 74 RBIs. That would tell you there haven't been a whole lot of people on base in front of him, or his RBI total would be a whole lot higher with those homers.
He's turned into one of the top offensive players in the National League. 1 and 2 on Headley. Change up a little low, and the count even up. The Padres not starting Kyle Blanks tonight. He is available off the bench, bothered by plantar fasciitis. And the big guy's been doing a pretty good job for them, supplying power, taking some walks, getting on base. Headley's been better since the All-Star break. And now 3 and 2. Jurgens having to work kind of hard here in the first.
Ton of changeups here, Boog. I know he's trying to get a ground ball, get a double play started, but after getting ahead in the count against at least 3 of the first 4 batters, he's gone to a lot of off-speed stuff.
No throw as Eckstein dives back in. So far for Jurgens, 19 pitches, 10 of them outside the strike zone. Eckstein's at second, Gonzalez at first. And Headley spoils that one. Braves trying to pick up a win in the first of a 3-game set against San Diego. And then after the game Thursday night, it is off to Philadelphia for a showdown with the Phillies. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And he lost them. So Jurgens, with 1 out, gives up a single and back-to-back walks. And now they're loaded for Will Venable.
And got ahead of Headley and couldn't put him away. And now you got a guy up there that was highlighted tonight on the batting order because of what he has done in recent days, and had a good series against the Braves in San Diego. Venable was 6 for 10 with 2 homers. He's about the only guy right now that's swinging a good bat.
Venable, who starred at Princeton, was a 2 sports star at Princeton. And there's strike 1 to the son of Max.
Fastball.
Bases all loaded up, and Jurgens trying to get out of trouble. That's a changeup and a good one. Jurgens 6'1", 200 pounds, 23 years old. There's that pitch.
And a beauty.
Got him, climbed the ladder and struck him out on a fastball. And there's 2 away.
That helps a lot. Didn't try to tease him, didn't try to work something away, or the changeup went fastball at the letters and above his hands, and he can't get on top of it. Good pitch and more aggressive.
Two down, and it's Kevin Kuzminoff. To underline that point about lack of power, 11th in home runs is the team rank in the NL. But this is the only other guy besides Gonzalez in double figures in home runs. He's got 15. He's knocked in 71.
But just 6 for his last 34.
Slider lifted in the air, right center field. Diaz glides over, and Matty makes the grab. Jurgens pitches around a single and 2 walks. Padres leave him loaded. No score with the Braves coming up. This game, Roger McDowell with a chat with Jair Jurgens, who used 26 pitches in the top half of the first. That feels a little stern, like a little talking to.
It does, and maybe well deserved there. 26 pitches. Didn't have a lot of aggressiveness in the first inning.
Toyota starting lineups for the Braves. Martin Prado is back. His first start since a week ago at Shea Stadium. Infante in front of him. Chipper, McCann, Anderson, Escobar, LaRoche, Diaz, and Jurgens, the rest of the lineup. And they'll go up against the big right-hander, Matt Latos.
And he is a big guy, 6'6", 225 out of Margate, Florida. Got off to a great start, went 4-1 in his first 5 starts, but you see the last 2, 7 walks in 7 2/3 innings, which leads us to his 4 keys to success. Same thing, command issues. Got to have better control. He's also had some early inning problems. He wants to avoid those tonight.
Omar Infante getting the start in center field. Ryan Church told me probably would be available tomorrow.
This guy's got a big arm, throws hard. Give up 2 runs in 7 innings to Atlanta out in San Diego.
Ground ball right at Cabrera. And there's one away. And with 1 down, let's take a look at that Padres defense. In the outfield, Headley, Gwynn, and Venable. On the infield, Kuzminoff and X9 having outstanding years. You saw Cabrera, Gonzalez, Gold Glove caliber at first. Latos will work with Hundley. So with 1 down and the bases empty, here is Martin Prado. And this is going to be interesting to watch, just to see how he responds to swinging the bat.
They need him healthy, that's for sure. Need him healthy and in the lineup the way he's been swinging, and he had a great series against San Diego. Went 6 for 13 with a homer out there.
Lato's just 21 years old, number 2 prospect in their organization. There's a good slider, a check swing, and Tim Timmons says no go.
Got it stopped. No question.
Okay.
Hey, what'd Tim Timmons say?
Right field as Venable drifts back and settles under it.
We'll keep an eye on Martin as we go along, make sure that he doesn't have any recurrence of those headaches. Put a good swing on that.
Chipper at the plate. And ball 1 to the Braves third baseman. We'll talk about Chipper throughout the night, but he is really in a funk. He told me before the game this is as bad as he has felt at the plate in 3 years.
I thought an at bat or two he had Sunday where he got to see a lot of pitches and he walked 3 times, that it would help him just picking the ball up, seeing it a little better out of the pitcher's hand, and allow him the confidence to stay back. Because one of the things he's doing is starting his hands early.
Yeah, he said he's been talking with his dad a lot, and he said before the game that he is moving every muscle in his body except his hands. Ground ball up the middle. Eckstein off balance, throw to first in time, and they get Chipper. Braves go 1-2-3. End of 1 at Turner Field, and we are scoreless. On Sports South are brought to you in part by your local Ford dealers, by Wendy's, by Texaco, by the Georgia Lottery, and by AirTran Airways. Back here at Turner Field as we go to the second. No score. Padres and the Braves, bottom third of the order. Hundley, Gwynn, and Latos against Jurgens, who will look to be a tad more efficient in inning number 2. And ball 1 to the catcher. This guy missed time with a wrist injury. He was hit on the wrist in early June. He ended up missing about 2 months, out June 18th to August 12th.
Yeah, we didn't see him out there. He was still on the DL when Braves were playing the Padres.
Just foul of third. That was hit hard. Padres with a lot of young players. And the position guys obviously still getting their feet wet. Guys like Blanks and Cabrera and Will Venable.
Even guys like the guy on deck, Tony Gwynn Jr., who has had some big league time, but his playing time's been sporadic while with Milwaukee. He's in there virtually every day now.
Foul tip held on to by McCann, and it's 3-2. I know being a big league general manager is not easy, and especially the sale of the team. They are payroll challenged, for lack of a better phrase. And Frank Wren knows about trying to find value, etc. But from a Padres standpoint, they can't be last in baseball in runs scored again next year. Left center field. And Infante there. You know what I'm saying? They're last this year. They were last year. There's nothing about their offense next year that should sneak up on them.
No, they've got to figure out a way to improve it. They play in a big ballpark, but I don't think you can start just saying, okay, well, then we've got to have a lot of gap hitters and try to run and steal. I think you got to improve your home run power because you play half your games on the road, too. The 15th in average last year, 16th last in runs scored. 11th again in homers, and last in on-base percentage a year ago. So nothing's changed. They lost 99 games, finished 21 out. They've won 19 games on the road this year. They're 19-40. Last year they won 28 games on the road. You don't figure them to win 28 on the road this year.
Bouncer glove by Jurgens. And so that helps. A couple of quick outs. And with 2 gone, it'll be JJ against the pitcher.
They're on a pace to lose over 100 games. So there's not a whole lot to look forward to down the stretch for the Padres. Even a losing record at home, albeit by just 1 game. But look at their batting average at home. .215. Are you kidding me? In that ballpark? There's a lot of hits in that ballpark.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a lot of home runs, but there should be hits. There's a lot of space.
A lot of space, a lot of ground to cover. They're 5th in the National League in road batting average. So it improves when they come on the road. It hasn't translated to wins, just 19.
Lato's 1 out of 13 bats as he throws right-handed.
Now, some of the things we heard about Latos when we were out there was that he dropped to an 11th round draft pick in '06 because of things he did in high school or attitude. People shied away from him, saw great potential in his arm, but they didn't want to have to deal with him.
Oh, you can see how good the arm is.
Yeah.
Jurgens' nasty pitch, slider clips the corner, and a much better second as the Padres go 1-2-3. Gendo score. Braves and Padres. John Shelby and Joe Simpson with you. And coming up, Braves and Padres game 2 on Sports South tomorrow night. Dodge Braves Live 6:30. The game at 7. Sports South, this is our team. And our AirTran road schedule to be Tim Stauffer and Kenshin Kawakami. Look at KK with that ERA at 3.97. Doesn't get talked about a lot. He hasn't gotten run support, and that's a large part of the reason why he's 6-9, but he's done good work.
And he's gathering that reputation for being that dragon slayer, if you will, by beating all the top-notch pitchers in the league. Did it his last start when he beat Santana, and that's some bad news on the side of the Mets we just learned today.
Yeah, he's out for the rest of the year. Surgery to remove bone chips in his elbow. And McCann comes up empty, the heater at 94. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse for the Mets.
Yeah, and Francoeur too. Jeff's got a partially torn or torn ligament in his left thumb. The result of making a diving attempt for a ball hit to him in right field. They're hoping that he will be able to play in a few days without surgery.
Lato's at a McCann 0-2. And Bryant skies this one right center field. Venable camps under it. And he's got it.
Just missed that one.
So 1 up and 1 down. Joe, one thing to watch for here tonight with Jones, McCann, Anderson, LaRoche as well. Look at his splits. Lefty slugging over 500, the on base close to 400.
LaRoche hit a home run off of him in San Diego. And again, he's coming off 2 starts that were really ugly, that included 7 walks and 7 innings. But so far, so good on the control factor.
Punch to third, knocked down Kuzminov off balance and still manages to get Garrett Anderson. Nice play.
You mentioned what a good year Kuzminov and Eckstein are having defensively. They both are on pace to set records defensively for fielding percentage. Great recovery there by Kevin. And again, Garrett slowed by that back injury, not running as well as he was.
Kuzminov 3 errors right now. A .989 fielding percentage. That would be the all-time mark in the NL. Vinny Castilla holds it. 2004 fielding percentage of .987.
You make less than 10 errors in a season at that position, it's outstanding. He's only made 3. If that continues, Boog, that's going to put to test that raised eyebrow that sometimes occurs on Gold Glove Award winners who come from large market teams and make 20 errors, but they still get a Gold Glove because of their highlight factor on ESPN.
But that award, I always like pointing it out. I should say I delight in pointing it out. The managers and the coaches selected. For all the players that want to complain about how the media screws up all the different awards, you got just as much beef at times with the Gold Glove Awards, and it's on-field personnel making the choices.
Then I would say in that case, there are some people who aren't making educated choices. When David Wright made 22 errors 3 years ago and won a Gold Glove over Chipper, who made 8, it was a travesty. Guys are not doing their homework.
Slice towards the right field corner. Venable there. And Escobar retired. Latos got the first 6 in a row. End of 2. And it's 0-0. No score from Turner Field. The Padres and the Braves. Shift gears, talk some golf, and coming up at East Lake, September 24th through the 27th. Got the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola, and I'm sure that guy will be right in the thick of things. Should be a lot of fun. Jair Jurgens back to work here in inning number 3, and a bouncer right side. Infante off balance, nice play to get a speedy Everett Cabrera. Or I beg your pardon, Martin Prado. And here in the booth, Rob Johnson, General Chairman of the Tour Championship, joining us. How are you, sir?
Great. Thank you for having me down tonight.
Absolutely. Excited about the tournament coming up?
We are very excited. It's shaping up to be probably the best ever.
Got a few more tournaments to play before the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola, and rankings always play a part in that. So how are you liking the rankings so far in terms of who's at the top?
I could not be more pleased if it was cut off today, but we do have 3 important events coming up with a lot of volatility in it. So it's going to be an interesting race.
How's the course? Good shape as always?
Looked at it today, Joe. It is spectacular condition. The greens are running about 13. The rough will be close to 3 inches. World class.
Well, of course, we're up here wondering when we get to play. That's what we want to know.
You call me tomorrow, we'll make something happen.
Wow, okay.
How's that, Laser? Nice. Okay, we're in there.
And now we're hearing it from the truck. Everybody in the truck wants to come on out. I don't know if you want a Caddyshack moment out there. To the right side again, Prado handles the chance.
One of the great things that the beneficiaries of this tournament, tell us about some of the charities that benefit from the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola.
Be delighted to. This will be our 9th Tour Championship at Atlanta. So far, we have donated almost $9 million to 3 principal charities. One is the First Tee of Atlanta. The second is the First Tee of East Lake, which is an awesome program. And then, indeed, our sweet baby, the East Lake Foundation, that has transformed the entire area of East Lake.
Now, anybody that's not been over to that neighborhood around the golf course needs to make a ride over there to see the transformation. It's amazing.
Joe, unless someone was familiar with that area pre-1995, they will not believe it. It looks like any normal, well-established neighborhood. The school systems are top-notch. There is virtually no crime. And for the first time in many, many years, there is hope and opportunity for the citizens of East Lake.
Adrian Gonzalez going the other way, his 34th home run of the season, and showing off that power. He's got power not just to right, but to all fields, and the Padres on the board.
He actually has, it seems, more power the opposite way. Fastball on the outer third of the plate. If he pulls it, it's probably a ground ball to second.
So 1-0 as Gonzalez does the damage. He's usually the guy that goes yard for them, and the Padres leading early. We're with Rob Johnson, General Chairman of the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. Give me the selling point, what you like best about this tournament.
Simply put, we'll have the 30 greatest golfers in the world playing for the biggest purse with limited attendance, and it will ensure the greatest up-close and personal viewership a golf fan could ever have.
So they're all there.
It is every ingredient.
Out there in a shallow left center field, it'll fall for a hit. And Headley with a knock, so back-to-back 2-out singles.
We were talking about the standings for the FedEx Cup that qualify them for the Tour Championship, correct? And Tiger Woods at the top, and you got some other good guys that have had good years right behind him.
Oh, we have Steve Stricker and Zach Johnson and Phil Mickelson. The only one we're wishing that would maybe move up a little bit is Jagus, our champion for the Tour Championship last year. But they are all there right now. It is going to be an exciting field.
Oh, look out. Will Venable lets go of the bat, and it is 0-1.
You get a lot of volunteers for this tournament, too. Where does that all come from?
Joe, it's been amazing. It really started with Billy Payne in the Olympics, the idea of volunteerism for this great city. When he called us in '97, we had 800 phone calls within the first couple of weeks. We have 1,300 volunteers, and it's all done by every January.
Wow.
Totally amazing.
It's an easy sell then, huh?
Well, Billy Payne helped make it that way, and Tom Guzman put the exclamation point on it because the course is magnificent. It's one of the great treasures of the United States. And when people hear the story like Stuart Sink so aptly articulates about our community, you cannot help but fall in love with the concept.
For those that don't know, it was the home, we'll say, of Bobby Jones, where he liked to play and where he grew up playing. And the clubhouse certainly shows a lot of tribute to Bobby Jones and what he's done for the game. I always I think it's just a wonderful historical walk just to go through the clubhouse.
Well, it's amazing to comprehend what Mr. Jones did in a very brief career. From 1923 to 1930, he either won or was second in every major he played in. So if you look at those statistics versus today's players, he rates right there at the very top.
Look at my favorite hole, number 9. I think that's a wonderful hole, that par 5.
It's extraordinary.
Joe, how many times you played?
At East Lake, probably half dozen or so. Thanks to the kind invitation of others, but yeah, about a half dozen times, and it's just a real treat every time.
Close play over there. LaRoche got the tag. Oh, I think he got him.
Got him.
Tim
Definitely
Timmons
did.
missed that.
Well, the course is in spectacular condition. And we would invite y'all to come out anytime. We'd love to host you.
Well, thank you very much.
And again, it'll be September 24th through the 27th. So just about a month from now, top 30 players in the world, and always the buzz with Tiger.
Oh, there's no question about it. It brings a whole new dimension. He won it 2 years ago. Last year he was on injury reserve, so there was a noticeable lack of Tiger Mania last year.
What got you involved? What made you want to be a part of the Tour Championship? Presented by Coke?
Very quickly, in early 1997, Billy Payne called me and about 9 others that worked with him during the Olympics. He said Tom Cousins was just informed that East Lake was awarded the Tour Championship, and he wanted Billy to be the chairman. So Billy grabbed all of us. We all went en masse over there with him, and I've never looked back.
Great. That's awesome. And about the only thing that you can look forward to in terms of hoping you get a break on is the weather, because everything else is in place.
It's exactly right, but I will assure our golfing fans that East Lake has the state-of-the-art in drainage, and we can sustain major rain and only have a brief interruption of play.
Yeah, they did a great renovation on the course just, 2 years ago?
2 years ago, we changed out the greens, as you remember. We did have the bent, which is susceptible to hot summers in Atlanta. Now we have the hybrid Bermuda. That is in fantastic shape. They're in their second year, so they are fast, lightning fast, but receptive.
Boog knows all about being bent.
How about I was going to give some love to Ed Mangum, our groundskeeper here, does a great job. Keeps this field in great shape.
That he does.
This view is indeed unbelievable.
Runner goes, and Venable spoils that one. Well, Rob Johnson, we appreciate you stopping by. A month from now, it's a Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola out there at East Lake. Top 30 players in the world will be out there, and I'm sure you have people pouring in.
Well, thank you for having me, and we would like to invite all the golfing fans, all the Brave fans, to come out and support the East Lake tournament. Thank you so much.
It's great having you.
Thank you, Joe.
2-2, and Venable won't chase. So now filled up. Padres getting a run on the Gonzalez home run the opposite way. Adrian Gonzalez, number 34. Only the 12th home run that Jurgens has given up this year. The Braves as a staff have allowed the fewest homers in the majors. So 2 down with Headley at first, and he got him. Good changeup, and Jurgens able to limit the damage. But Adrian Gonzalez goes deep the opposite way. Padres lead early. solo homer. Padres lead it 1-0. And here is Adam LaRoche. And overall, LaRoche 274, 20 homers, 59 knocked in. He actually has 21 homers. So he had one in the American League. And as a Brave, Joe, I mean, Frank Wren's got to be giddy every time he sees him come to the plate. Heck, every Braves fan does. He's just been amazing in 20 games. He's got an on-base percentage of .500. So basically, here's how you translate that. If he makes an out here, he's going to get on base his next time up.
Yeah, what else is he supposed to have done since he came here? Great defense. As you said, on base all the time and hitting with power.
I was not here when he was here, and yet for me it feels like he's been here all season.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure that he keeps talking about the comfort level. He didn't have to come here and prove anything to anybody, so there wasn't even a honeymoon period. He was already here.
Got under that one, and a high fly ball to left field. One up and one down, and here comes Matt Diaz. And Matty's been red hot.
How about his 4 hits on Sunday? He's 6 for his last 6, but take a look at his 4 hits on Sunday in terms of the point of contact. First hit, reaching, lunging, up and in, had to pull his hands in. Now here's one down the middle, good swing. And this is the one he stepped away from home plate and drove to right center for the triple. Doesn't matter where you pitch it. Good work by our folks in the truck. I thought that was excellent, those 4 different points of contact. And his fan is still busy.
The thing that amazes me, it's not at bat to at bat, pitch to pitch. He can take horrendous swings and then the next pitch barrel one up.
Well, we've said the last couple of years, if he gets 0-2, he's got you right where he wants you because you can't trick him. He's not thinking that way. He's just seeing the ball and hitting it no matter where it is. Ball, strike, up, down, in, out.
Ripped out into center field. Gwynn sliding, makes the grab. Had him played absolutely perfectly because Matt hit that one on the button.
Would have been his 7th straight hit. He had a 9 straight hit stretch a couple of years ago against Washington. But a great play by Gwynn, who was, as you said, Boo, he was put in the right spot.
You could notice how hard that ball was hit because Gwynn came sliding in and it handcuffed him. He turned his glove over, palm up, but it still had enough carry that he caught it really pretty much in the heel of the glove. He anticipated it sinking, and it kind of took off on Tony.
It's a scary play for an outfielder when a ball's hit that hard, and you're right, that wasn't in the pocket, that was in the heel of the glove. But when a ball's coming at you that hard and you're trying to slide to keep it from hitting the ground, number one, and then try to keep it from hitting you in the face.
Now, did you ever have one hit you on the fly?
I don't think so. I got hit by some fly balls in the kneecap when I lost him in the lights. That was a little embarrassing.
Jurgens down on strikes. Latos has gotten all 9 men he's faced. Padres lead 1-0. Matos has been perfect. And Jurgens has just given up the solo homer to Adrian Gonzalez. Now that is gorgeous. Aflac! Hey, look, there's a duck. Aflac trivia question. David Eckstein, one of 3 active players to win a World Series in the AL and the NL. Who are the other 2?
Josh Beckett.
There you go.
By the way, if we don't get this, we might as well just ride off into the sunset.
Just shut it on down. Kevin Kuzminoff up here. Kuzminoff flied to right his first time. That one ripped over Chipper Jones and into left field. And the leadoff man reaches here in inning number 4.
Okay, so we got one, right?
Yeah, we did.
We need another one?
We do. We need another.
Maybe somebody that played for the Yankees?
It's active.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it'd be anybody that played for the Yankees because the guys that are left from the team that won, I mean, they haven't won since 2000. Got him! Nice play!
He made a good move just a few minutes ago and didn't get the call on Chase Headley. But he makes a great move here and caught Kuzminoff leaning. Boy, that was quick.
That move is.
Serious. It was one of the quickest of the year, and it was our Wendy's way better play. And he was safe. So he didn't miss them both.
He's one out of.
Actually,
he did miss them both.
He's 0 for 2.
He's 0 for 2. So one down as Kuzminoff erased, and now it's Nick Hundley. One to Hundley, and he got him to Chase. All right, so who else? Anybody on the Phillies last year?
How would Jeff Suppan? Was he a Cardinal? And then on the Red Sox, he wasn't, was he? Even that first Red Sox championship team?
No.
Okay.
Got him looking. Jurgens' 4th strikeout, and there's 2 away. Oh, you know what? I just realized what's happening here. It just, after another sip of Red Bull, it just dawned on me what she's doing.
Oh.
Mike Lowell.
Oh.
World Series MVP 2007, won with Marlins in 03.
Okay.
Taunting me with ex-Marlins.
I gotcha. It's all about brain food.
0-1 on Tony Gwynn. Made a nice grab earlier to steal the hit from Matt Diaz. I know this comment makes no sense because everybody's going to hit differently, but his father, Tony's father, hit out of a little bit of a crouch, but had basically a pretty normal stance, very kind of balanced, etc. And you look at Tony Gwynn Jr. from the side, and his stance is a little open, but he's got his knees pointed in opposite directions. That doesn't look comfortable to me.
No, it doesn't, and nothing like Tony Sr.
Left center field, Infante. Got it.
But Jeff Bagwell had a bit of an unusual and uncomfortable looking stance, and it worked for him.
Worked real well. No runs a hit, nobody left. Midway in the 4th, 1-zip. Bottom of the fourth, here come the Braves. It'll be the top of the order, trailing 1-0 to Matt Latos. And the duck wanders across. Aflac trivia question. David Eckstein, one of 3 active players to win a World Series in both leagues. Who are the other 2?
Roland Beckett.
The former Marlins. I was told I was getting the night off from trivia, was what Gretchen Caney dropped on.
Well, that's pretty much the case. That was an easy one. But for us, nothing's come easy lately.
No, man. I got to tell you, I needed something like that just to get my confidence up and just get my brain a little locked in.
Latos is locked in. This is the good Matt. This is the guy who went 4-1 in his first 5 starts. He's only been to 1 3-ball count, I believe, and that was against LaRoche, and he was able to come back and get him to fly out.
Big guy, 6'6", 225. He's only 21 years old. I think they're going to end up shutting him down. Really be careful with his innings. Coming into this year, he had 112 and a third professional innings. So total. And last year, it was in the neighborhood of 55. So with 73 minor league innings plus what he's thrown this season, I mean, he's basically going to double his professional innings total, and they're just going to be careful with it. Center field, Gwynn doesn't have to move.
Everyone's having a hard time getting on top of the ball, Boo. That's why there's so many pop-ups and fly ball outs, and that was kind of the case in San Diego. He gave up a run in the first and a home run to LaRoche in the second, and after that he set down 12 of the next 13. Good breaking ball there to get McLeod. Change up to get Anderson, and only walked 2 on that start. Six. When he lets that high fastball go at 92 to 94, the last pitch at 96. You know, that's a tough pitch that rides up above your hands. It's hard to lay off, and it's hard to get on top of it.
Standing up on that pitcher's mound, you can get that downward plane.
Yeah. Great tilt.
Latos, just 21 years old, mentioned number 2 prospect in the Padres organization. Give you an update. Jason Hayward, one of the Braves' top prospects at Mississippi, hitting .338, 7 homers, 27 knocked in.
How many games?
In 43 games.
It's great.
Line to right, and coming on, Venable makes the grab. Wow, he kind of overran that, or at least directionally came in and then seemed to have to reach across his body.
There have been some hard hit balls off of Latos so far. Good play by Gwynn, good play by Venable, a hard hit ball by Escobar that ended the second. Braves have just got to find a hole.
11 up and 11 down. And it's Chipper Jones. First pitch swinging. Gonzalez will gobble it up. And Latos there. The right-hander perfect through 4. 1-0. 5 at Turner Field. Beautiful night. And the VCast music with Rhapsody. Know your music inning from Verizon Wireless. What Braves player likes listening to all his favorite Rush songs on his wireless phone? Stick around. We'll tell you in the bottom of the 5th.
Didn't know Limbaugh could sing, but okay.
There's so many places that I want to go with that one, and I'm not going to.
It's an open mic.
I know. Broken bat roller to short. Then Escobar bobbles, throws him out. Folks, remember the Braves Clubhouse Collection is your source for authenticated Braves game-used collectible bats, baseballs, lineup cards, jerseys, and much more. For information, call the Braves catalog 800-433-BRAVES or stop by the Braves Clubhouse store at CNN Center. Everett Cabrera up here. He's grounded to second twice. Switch hitter. And he is better from this side, the left side. Now we talk about their offense and the struggles. This kid's 22. They've got to be excited about him. He looks like he's going to be a pretty good player.
He's an exciting player, to be sure. Venable looks like an exciting player. Not only does he have a little pop in his bat, but Venable can run as well. Kuzminoff solid at third base. They've got some good players to build around.
One out, we're in the 5th. Gonzalez solo homer, the difference in the game.
Brian Giles still on the disabled list. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year, correct?
Yep.
So I doubt that he will be back. That'll clear some money off the payroll if they can bring in another good hitter.
Got in on his thumbs, backhanded by Escobar. Shows off the good arm, 2 away.
Which publication was it that came out with tools of the game?
Baseball America.
And 2 guys were rated ahead of Escobar in arm strength, Rafael Furcal and Troy Tulowitzki. I had a problem with whoever evaluated that. I think Rafael, first of all, has a much better arm than Tulowitzki, and he's right there with Furcal among the best.
Well, again, it's a survey of managers and coaches. And it's always funny how that stuff works, because I don't know why I'm getting off on this tangent, but to make the point again, they did it years back when Pedro was in his prime, and Pedro was voted to have the best slider in the American League. And when they told him that he had the best fastball or second best fastball, best changeup, and best slider, and he said, "Thanks, I don't throw a slider.
Wow.
I throw a curveball." So even the guys doing the evaluating don't always
get it right.
I remember having a conversation back in my Marlin days with Derek Lee, asking him, "Who'd you get your first hit off of?" "Rob Nen." And I said, "What was the pitch?" And he said, "A splitter. I hit it back up the middle." I said, "Derek, Robbie Nen has never thrown a splitter in his life. That was a slider." He was like, "Really?" Oh, right in on his hands. Goodness.
I think that's why David Eckstein wears dark gloves. So if the ball really gets in there, you can't see any blood. I mean, that is just burying the bat deep in the thumbs.
And a quick, easy inning for Jair Jurgens. Very efficient since that struggle in the first. Still, though, the Padres lead it 1-0. On Sports South are brought to you in part by Geico, by Verizon Wireless, by McDonald's, by Academy Sports and Outdoors, by Blimpie, and by Dodge. Back here, bottom of the fifth, and the Padres leading 1-0 on the Adrian Gonzalez solo homer. It's the VCast Music with Rhapsody. Know your music getting from Verizon Wireless. What Braves player enjoys listening to Rush on his wireless phone?
I don't have a feel for this one. Do you?
I go with Rob Smith. Oh, Chris Medlin. See, for Medlin, that's a little old school. I know he's a big Kings of Leon fan, and they're coming to Atlanta in early October, and he and Tommy Hansen are going to hit the show.
If you're not working, I know you'll want to hit it too.
The 1-0 to McCann.
But you're always working.
Right you are, Joe.
Just crossing America.
Latos hasn't allowed a base runner here tonight. A lot of hard hit balls, though. And there's a strike.
Yeah, just get him in the stretch and see what happens. Maybe it'll alter everything. This guy's supposed to be very cocky. He flaunts that. He was 8-1 in A ball and Double A this year with a 1.38 ERA. Ooh. 94.
Wow. Climbed the ladder and blew it past him. Only the second strikeout of the game for Latos, but he's gotten every hitter that he's faced.
And it's a pitch the Braves are just going to have to try and concentrate laying off. He's not going to get that pitch called for a strike. But again, it looks so good coming out of his hand. Tough to lay off, especially on a full count. Again, that's why there have been so many pop flies and fly balls. And a couple of strikeouts to go with it.
Ball one to Garrett. He's now thrown 50 pitches, Joe. 29 of the 50 in the strike zone. Of the 50, what would your guess be in terms of how many fastballs he's thrown?
40. It's a good breaking ball. But he's been ultra aggressive with his fastball.
Two and one now on Anderson. He left Thursday's game after his first at bat at Citi Field. And he's been sitting out with the combo of a back and hip strain. That's ripped to right and a base hit. If you keep going there, it's difficult to sneak the cheese past Garrett Anderson.
Especially up. He's the guy that you would expect to spoil it. And he is belt high and waxed into right field. All right, floodgates are open.
So the first knock of the night, and it's Yunel Escobar at the plate. Line to right his first time. And that's high for ball one.
Here's where Bobby Cox has decisions to make about players who aren't on the disabled list but aren't 100%, like Garrett Anderson. You want Garrett's bat in there, but you know that he's probably not 100% when it comes to running. That's what knocked him out before. He just couldn't run. And that's what's going to limit him here on an extra base hit. It's going to be very hard for him, more than likely, to score from first on a double.
Ryan Church going to give it one more day. I asked Ryan about that back strain, and it was interesting because running doesn't bother him, hitting doesn't bother him. It's getting into a defensive stance and throwing. The follow-through strains the backside, and those two things are really what are at issue. So when he gets down into the defensive stance, it bothers it a little bit, or at least coming up out of it. So he'll give it another day. And then Nate McLeod did some running before the game. Everything felt well. He's going to be in Mississippi this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for rehab. And if all goes well, and there's no reason to think it won't, he'll be ready to be activated Monday against the Marlins. This was this afternoon.
And honestly, we don't have it. I mean, that's forward motion. That was not rewind.
Yep. Oh, baby.
Oh,
nice stop.
How did he glove that? And he did it with the glove up. He didn't do a backhand here. Hundley.
Jeez.
That was the ball finding the glove. He's looking everywhere for it, and it's in the mitt.
Glove save and a beauty.
Mm-hmm.
2-2. Got him looking. Escobar didn't like the call. There's 2 down.
They came in to try and tie him up. He'd been getting some good swings. Wasn't low, and quite honestly a little too close to take. Kellogg gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Latos has struck out 3, and LaRoche. Something off speed there. And the count 0-1.
Only the second time out of the last 7 hitters he's been able to throw strike 1.
Nice pitch, clipped the corner. 0-2. Adam has continued the trend of a hot second half. Hey, look, the skipper's down at the other end, and that only means one thing: trying to change up the luck.
Well, it worked for Garrett Anderson. Broke up the perfecto.
Blew it past him at 96. 3 strikeouts in the inning. Braves, they'll get their first hit. End of 5. It's 1-0. Here at Turner Field all season long. Atlanta Braves baseball on Sports South, being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, the low price every day. 1-0. We go to the 6th. And Jair Jurgens back to work, facing Adrian Gonzalez, a walk and a homer.
Here's our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot. The only run of the ball game came on this swing by Adrian Gonzalez back in the 3rd inning. A 2-out shot to left. Another opposite field homer for him.
Jurgens fires, and the changeup missed.
Take a look at where he hits his home runs. Only 9 homers that he's pulled, 9 to center, and 16 now to the opposite field.
And again, it is a poke to right field at Petco.
Yeah, this is almost reminiscent of a left-handed hitter at Fenway who's learned to use the green monster effectively, like a Freddie Lynn or a Carl Yastrzemski, who could hit the ball the other way and hit it far enough for home runs.
Jurgens ahead 1-2. High in the air left field. And Anderson, 1 up and 1 down. Adrian Gonzalez, Joe, came in slugging .668 on the road. And even though he's 1 out of 2, one of them's a homer, so that's gone up tonight. I mean, slugging close to 700 on the road. And step back and think about it. If he played in a neutral park, half his games in a pitcher neutral park, the numbers would be even higher than they are right now. That one just dunked into left field and a base hit. Headley racing for second, and it's a double. Can't hit it a lot softer than that and come up with a double.
No, Braves have seen enough of the Ric Flairs from Chase Headley tonight already. Big swing, thank you, and a little flare. Kept it fair, though. And that's all Jair can do after he made what he thought was a good pitch.
Broke his bat, center field, Infante. Good jump.
Talk about sticking a guy anywhere you want and having him play well. Omar Infante again has to play center field tonight. Infielders who are asked to play the outfield, though, they will tell you during the game or after that there sure is a lot of running involved to play the outfield. Even if it's just running in and out.
Yeah, got to move around out there.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Kuzminoff at the plate. You're talking about setting a record for fielding percentage over there at third. And we've discussed some of the advanced defensive metrics, advanced defensive numbers. Here's what the website Fangraphs has on UZR 150 for best defensive third baseman. Ryan Zimmerman first in the majors, then Evan Longoria, Sean Figgins, Joe Creedy, Adrian Beltre, Brandon Inge. Those are the top guys. And Kuzminoff rates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th in the majors.
So they're not giving him any credit at all for range, I'm guessing.
No, I would say that just the opposite. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, he's being downgraded for the fact that he, at least I think what you would take that as, that he doesn't get to enough.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now, again, they're still trying to work out those numbers. I don't think, I like a lot of that stuff, but it's subjective. You're having somebody judge how hard was the ball hit in a specific zone, and should he have made the play? And it's still very subjective. Jurgen's good work there, gets Kuzminov. Still a 1-0 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Sixth inning, time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Cold train. How about this play at first base? Pickoff attempt. Chase Headley ruled safe. Take another look. Tag applied. Hand not on the bag. Chase Headley, you are out, sir. Consider yourself lucky that the freeze train, the Coors Light Freeze Cam freeze train didn't run over you. Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
I thought it was the freeze cam and the cold train. Is it now the freeze train?
It was the cold train.
Okay.
Yeah. Misspoke. Tried it twice and didn't get it right either one.
Here's our man Matt Diaz, lined to center his first time up. We got the Matt Diaz fan in the house. There he is. It says Matt Diaz hit it here.
I hope he's in the outfield.
This is my favorite. Well, we got a couple for tonight on his grease board. Matt Diaz, I got a man crush on you. Sure. Matt Diaz versus Brock Lesnar, no contest. That's right. Let's see you do that, Brock Lesnar.
Girly man. Give Jurgens a chance to bunt him over, put him into scoring position to possibly tie the game. And remember, Matt was robbed of a hit on a great play by Gwynn in the third inning. Or he might have 8 in a row. And yes, they are sitting out in right field in the bleachers.
Pitch out and a snap throw to first. Eckstein trying to sneak in behind Diaz.
That's a good play. That was a well-designed pickoff attempt. Pitch out, have the second baseman sneak in behind him. Wasn't a very good pitch out, but they weren't going to get him anyway. Good try, though. Again, all that Latos is trying to do here is rear back and fog them in there. See how good a bunter Jurgens is on anything from 93 to 96. But on a good, hard fastball like he has, you got to get the bat out in front, parallel to the ground, and your elbows bent, and just try to catch the ball with the bat.
All right, let me ask you a question. Is it fair to say that most guys who get to the big leagues because it starts with they can hit a fastball?
Yes. That's fair.
So why then would the theory be that the fastball would be the harder pitch to bunt?
Because you're trying to soften it. Because you're only trying to place the ball about anywhere from 15 to 30 feet down one line or the other, and because it's thrown so hard, chances of it coming off the bat hard increase. Oh, I have never been one of these guys that believed in this tilted bat theory, where the bat is kind of at a 45-degree angle, and then you take the bat to the ball. That to me is punching at the ball. I like the way Vasquez does it. That's the way I was taught. That's the way I think it should be taught, and that's with both hands on the bat, with the top hand around the brand.
Gets it down with 2 strikes. Nice bunt. Jurgens' 6th sack of the year. And the tying run is in scoring position.
Great job. Had one last chance, couldn't bunt it foul. Gets the bat out in front of him. Still has it tilted a little bit, but did a nice job there of getting it down. 94 on that fastball. And softened it just enough. No room for error, and he got it down.
Infante 0 for 2. And he's done good work tonight out there in center field. Good slider, but it missed. Ball 1. Matt Latos beat the Braves earlier in the year, August 3rd, at Petco Park. 7 innings. He gave up 2 runs on 6 hits. Coming off a bad start, though, against the Cubs. Lasted just 3 2/3 innings, gave up 5 runs on 7 hits. In the air, right center field, well hit. Venable on the move. He's got it. And Diaz will move up the 90 feet.
Their outfielders are doing good work tonight. Braves have really stung some balls, and whether they were sliding catches, or in this case just getting a good jump on a ball headed toward the Braves bullpen, they've been there to save this big right-hander. Diaz was hoping he was going to get over his head, but then when Venable made the catch, you can see him go back and still have plenty of time to tag in advance.
Big spot for Prado now. Almost hit him. Braves offense has been brilliant since the All-Star break. 2nd in the league in runs per game. 2nd in homers. And here tonight being shut down by a 21-year-old Matt Latos. Good slider. Our Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard. 2nd, 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 1st, and 2nd. That'll play.
It's just that despite how well they've played, and they're 23 and 13 since the All-Star break, they can't seem to gain any ground.
Little dribbler to short. Cabrera on the move. Nice play. Everett Cabrera just did get Martin Prado, and that's the inning. So the Braves can't cash in on the leadoff single by Diaz. We go to inning number 7 here at Turner Field, and it's 1-0 Padres. Pitchers duel here at Turner Field, 1-0. The Padres on top in this one, an Adrian Gonzalez solo homer. And that's the only run for either side. Here's Nick Hundley, 7, 8, 9. Hundley, Gwynn, Lato's scheduled. Jurgens at 85 pitches. Through 26 in the first. So only 59 since.
Hasn't had to labor at all. At least not since the first inning.
Waited on that nicely, but got it somewhat off the end of the bat. 1 up and 1 down. Well, time now for another star pitching performance sequence brought to you by Texaco. John Smoltz, his Cardinal debut on Sunday, and it went very well, Joe.
I'll say. Saw a great sinker there, good slider. Fastball. He had everything working. Struck out 9 in 5 innings. No runs allowed, no walks. I would say whatever he was working on from his mechanics standpoint between Boston and St. Louis, he found and figured out. Set a club record with those 7 straight strikeouts.
A lot of people think right now the Cardinals are the best team in the National League.
It's not the Dodgers anymore. They played 500 ball for a while. In fact, the Rockies are closing fast on them. And who could be National League Manager of the Year other than Jim Tracy right now?
Dodgers, by the way, have a 1-0 lead in the top of the first at Coors Field. An Andre Ethier RBI single.
And the Dodgers have worn them out all year long. There are the standings. Giants still not out of it in that division either, although Giants were some hard luck losers in a couple of games at Colorado.
That was unbelievable last night. 14-inning game, tied at 1. Giants hadn't scored since the first, and they got 3 in the top of the 14th. And the Rockies win it on the grand slam by Ryan Spilborghs. That one caught out of the air by Prado at second. Latos retired. And Jurgens has been very sharp since the first. Time to stretch. Padres lead. Braves on Sports South are brought to you in part by Georgia Power, by the Home Depot, by KFC, and by AT&T.
1-0 San Diego. Chipper Jones will lead off the 7th inning here for Atlanta. 1 for his last 26. His last at bat, Boog, I thought maybe I picked up on something. I want you to watch his front foot here. You know, he does a little toe tap, but watch how long it takes him after the tap to, he lifted his foot up very high for Chipper, and it took him a while to get it back down. Now, I understand this is slow motion, but even for him, it was a longer stride than usual, which may have caused him to move a little forward quickly and took his hands with him.
Skied to left, Headley over there, and he's got it. And Chipper retired. He is just having a really tough time right now.
And I would say he's also very impatient as a result. Here's the toe tap again. That one didn't seem like the foot was up in the air quite as long. Let's check out the location of this pitch. Breaking ball out away from him. That's kind of a pitch you attack when you're 1-2 or 0-2. Not necessarily the first pitch you see.
I asked him, I said, are you swinging at strikes? And he said no.
You have to be.
And we got into the conversation some more, and he told me he's tired. I mean, you know, for as much as we talk about needing Chipper Jones healthy, he's on pace to play 147 games. That would be the most he's played since 2003.
Yeah, when he was in his prime at 31 instead of 37. He was supposed to get a day off Sunday, but due to all the injuries, he was right back out there. Had a day off yesterday like everybody else, but another day off would help him.
Pop foul, Kuzminov near the seats. And is that fan interference? And they say no, it was in the stands. Rick Reed over there.
Buddy Black was out of the dugout immediately. He had a pretty good angle on it too from his vantage point in the dugout. And he thought a fan reached over. Let's see what we see here in the replay. That's very, very close. Definitely had it in his glove. That's reaching in. That's over the rail. Rick Reed's getting over there to try to get a better angle. Oh, I don't know from that angle.
Yeah, I would say from that angle. Yeah, that's fan interference right there.
Yeah, Brian's getting a break here. He's getting another swing. That was a definitive angle there.
I mean, what would technically be the line of the stands. Is that ledge the line of the stands, or would you say the cement there?
I would say the cement.
So would I. Yeah. Got under that one. High in the air. And Tony Gwynn makes the grab. Joe, back to Chipper, though. He said feels tired, so there's a correlation there. You feel slow, so he's got to cheat a little bit by having to cheat and get the bat started. He's moving more, so he's not recognizing pitches and chasing stuff that's not where he wants the ball to be.
You hit it on the nose the last part there. When you start early, you don't know yet if the pitch is going to be a strike or not. So you're starting early, you're committing early, your hands are going forward too early, and all of a sudden you're swinging at a pitch that just out of the pitcher's hand you thought might be hittable, and it's really not. But the hardest thing, when you're in a slump, the hardest thing is to wait. You just don't want to be caught late, and it's hard to stay back.
Yeah, you feel slow. You don't want to strike out.
No.
And he's just in a difficult spot right now because he doesn't feel good, doesn't feel confident. Said he's going to the plate with this checklist of things. He said, I go up there with a checklist of 4 things, and I forget one of them. And then I go up there the next time, and I forget a different one.
That's having too much on your mind. And as you are seeing here, it happens to the best of them. Before the game, he was getting a little chat from Terry Pendleton. This looked like it had to do with hands. And maybe the first reaction, he's showing his front shoulder on the swing before was open.
That is smoke but foul.
Seven innings, the longest Latos has pitched in the big leagues. He's done that twice, including the start against Atlanta on August 3rd when he beat Atlanta 3-1.
He's only got 86 pitches, giving up 2 hits in the game, 1 to Anderson, 1 to Diaz.
He has a great weapon, a downhill 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Great weapon. He can elevate it, and as you've seen tonight, it's hard to get on the same plane as the pitch, and the Braves hitters have made 10 fly ball outs tonight.
There have been a number of balls hit hard, but at no time tonight has he been in trouble. He hasn't walked anyone.
And that was part of the keys to success tonight, because he had walked 7 in his last 7 innings.
On a bounce, Cabrera. And Latos gets him 1-2-3. We move to the 8th at Turner Field. And Matt Latos, the story. It's 1-0.
the McDonald's game summary, and it's pretty simple right now. Adrian Gonzalez with a home run in the third inning to the opposite field, his 34th of the year. And Matt Latos, who has dominated Atlanta tonight, a 2-hit shutout through 7, has not walked a batter. He's spanned 4 and has been in complete control. The Braves have had one runner reach third base, but was left stranded.
Jurgen, since the first, has been very sharp. He just gave up that solo homer to Gonzalez the opposite way back in the third. JJ's thrown a first pitch strike to 14 of the last 15 hitters. And again, you don't feel like the Padres have been threatening to add to their lead.
No, he's been in control too. But I would say that 14 out of the last 15 is a return to some aggressiveness that we didn't see in the first inning. He didn't give up a run in the first, but he gave up a single and 2 walks to load him up and had to strike out Venable and get Kuzman off on a fly ball to get out of the inning. And then had a little chat. He didn't do any chatting, but the pitching coach had a little chat with him at the end of the first.
Yeah, he had a little listen.
Yes, he did. 23 out of 28 first pitch strikes tonight.
Got him. 7 strikeouts for JJ, 1 gone here in the 8th. And with Eckstein coming up, our Radio Shack What Do You Know? David Eckstein on the DL for a short time earlier in the year, but he's made 1 error this season. 998 fielding percentage, the NL record, Brett Boone in 97. He's got a chance to break that. They've got 2 guys a chance to break the record for fielding percentage at their specific positions. Eckstein and then Kevin Kuzminoff. There's such a great shot of him from the side. Just so intense. Nothing particularly calm about the way he stands up there.
And they just gave him a year extension on his contract, too. They really appreciate what he's done for him this year.
JJ at an even 100. And that's looped foul.
Hey, Boog, I know you want to join me in thanking Nell Freeman and Gene Albertson from Rocky Face, Georgia, who sent us a nice card. We appreciate the kind words.
Great card.
And we're glad you are some of our best fans. Thanks for watching, Nell and Gene.
Little roller to short. Escobar on the move. Unloads quickly. 2 away. Time now for a money and energy saving bright idea from Georgia Power. Change the air filters in your heating and cooling system regularly. Go to georgiapower.com for more energy saving tips. Georgia Power, a Southern company. Want to know something that's funny? Is that whenever I do the Georgia Power thing, Baker just kind of, he perks up for a second. You know how, like, if you do something in the house and all of a sudden the dog kind of looks at, wait,
right.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
And I do the Georgia Power thing. All of a sudden Baker's like, huh?
Like
what?
when you say Vegas and Joe Vincia says
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. What? Vegas? As soon as the word caulk is out of my mouth, Baker's like, what? Huh? Energy save? Huh?
And he changes his air filters every 3 years, whether they need it or not.
Daily. 2-0 on Gonzalez, who has walked, homered, and flied to left.
You're right, though. I saw that. I saw him lean back as soon as you said that.
and he walked him. I got to tell you, not to go overboard, I think that right there is such veteran-type pitching. It's a 1-0 game. The only guy in their lineup who could hurt him has already hurt him. You want to give your team a chance. You are not going to let him do it again and just turn it over with 2 outs. Chase Headley, do your thing. Our Lincoln player profile, Adrian Gonzalez, this is why you pitch around him. Ranks in the majors, he's everywhere.
First in the majors in road home runs. And added to that tonight to make it 23. But no, there's nobody that's going to bark about that walk. Headley's got a couple of hits, and they've both been Ric Flair's. Thank you. Going back to something you said earlier, Boog, they've got to get better offensively next year. If they really want to compete, I know their attendance was off a little bit because of their record and struggles, but if they want to bring the fans back, and they've got great fans in San Diego, they've got to improve their offense. That's 2 years running that they have scuffled. And remember, that's 08 and now in 09. And in 07, they had a chance to go to the division playoffs and had a 1-game play-in game with Colorado.
That, by the way, was not a real good offensive team that year that almost made the playoffs.
And they had Jake Peavy on the mound for that game, and he did not pitch well, and the Rockies beat him ultimately in extra innings on that play that Holiday should have been called out on at the plate.
Yeah, Jamie Carroll, the sac fly to right.
Seemed like the Padres had it sewed up. All they needed was a save from Trevor Hoffman in one of the last 2 days of the season in Milwaukee, and he was not able to close the deal that year.
Kevin Towers tells the story of going in the clubhouse and waiting for them to come in and celebrate, and they never came. Ball 4. And so after walking Gonzalez intentionally, unintentionally, he walks Headley, and I think that's going to be the end of the road for Jair Jurgens. Eric O'Flaherty was up. JJ just went for a walk. It felt like he was just going to walk away from Bobby, like, you can't catch me, so you can't take the ball from me. And JJ frustrated with himself. Still, though, a great job tonight. O'Flaherty will come in and face Venable. Well, Jurgens getting a nice hand as he makes his way off the field, and teammates giving him the love for another great performance.
When you looked at this pitching matchup, Boog, as we check out the AT&T call to the bullpen, you like the matchup. Jurgen's pitching well. Lotto's not pitching well.
Yep.
And it's been Lotto's, as you said, the story of the game. He's the guy that stepped up for San Diego so far tonight.
A big spot right here. Lefty against lefty, O'Flaherty and Will Venable.
Not frustrated with the first walk, frustrated with the second walk, and the fact that he's had no runs to work with tonight.
Right there. Got to get this guy right here. Braves have 6 more outs to do something against the Padres staff. Good pitch, 2-2.
That last, this sequence of this at bat for Venable, something that a young hitter will eventually learn. Guy's brought in to pitch to you, and he falls behind 2-0. The next pitch, that 2-0 pitch, may be the best one you're going to get. And he did get a fastball down the middle, took it, and then swings at a slider that's not a strike. I don't know if he was looking for a walk or what, but that 2-0 pitch was right there.
Let's see what Eric goes with here. Gonzalez at second, Headley at first. Right field, Diaz, and he gets out of it. O'Flaherty does his job, and the Padres strand 2. Jurgen's brilliant tonight, but so far hasn't been good enough. 1-0 San Diego. Chambi and Joe Simpson. Padres lead it 1-0. Adrian Gonzalez a solo homer in the third. A look at the standings. All right, NL East. Braves trailing by 7 in the wild card, trailing by 4.5. And trying to make the climb in both departments. Chipper Jones delivers our Geico quote of the day. If we get 10 over 500 by the end of the month going into September with a ton of games within our division, I like our chances. If it's not the NL East title, hopefully it's the wild card.
Phillies have 40 games left. If they go 20-20, if they somehow falter and go 500 bong, play 20-20, the Braves would have to go 26-12 to tie them. That's how difficult the task is within the division. The Rockies in the wild card, the rest of their games, they go 18-19. Braves would have to be 8 over 500, 23 and 15. More doable.
Luke Gregerson is the new pitcher for San Diego. Delivers a slider for a strike.
He's been good lately, but he can't be any better than Latos was. He has not allowed a hit or a run in his last 4 outings, covering 4 innings.
They got Gregerson in the Khalil Green trade in March of this year. Illinois native, 28th round pick in 2006 by the Cardinals. Oh, 2 to Escobar. And a liner into left center field. That'll find a home for a base hit. Good start to the 8th.
Braves just have not had any base runners, Boog. They got the single from Garrett Anderson in the 5th. They got a leadoff single from Diaz in the 6th, and he worked his way around to 3rd, but only because of outs and a sacrifice. So now they get a guy on with nobody out, and maybe they can put 2 guys on this inning and see if they can do some damage. Let's see what they do with Adam LaRoche. They're not going to be bunting with him, not the way he's been swinging the bat.
Ball 1, no strikes on Adam, who is 0 for 2. Braves with 3 hits tonight, 3 base runners tonight. And now it's 2-0. Big swing, 2-1.
Again, elevated the fastball a little bit. Hard to catch up to. He can get it down, which is in Adams' wheelhouse. He likes the ball down and would prefer it middle of the plate in.
Ooh, Adam didn't like that call, 2-2. To be fair, I would say that he's called that pitch against lefties tonight both ways.
Adam actually laid off a high one that was above the belt, but it was called a strike anyway. I would say it wasn't high.
Got him swinging. Wow. So from 2-0 to a strikeout. And with 1 away and a man at first, we'll bring up Matt Diaz.
You've got some options here. That's beautiful. You got some options here because of Matt's ability to hit the ball the other way. If Bobby wants to send the runner and try a hit and run just to try to get something going, he can.
Towards the hole, under the glove of Cabrera, and a base hit. Though the Braves threatening here in the 8th, down a run, and Diaz with another hit.
And again, were it not for the great play by Tony Gwynn Jr. in the 3rd inning, this would be 9 straight hits for Matt Diaz. As it is, he's 8 for his last 9.
We got you covered, boys. Here's Thornton at the plate. 2 on, 1 out.
Greg got a good look at the way they pitched Adam LaRoche, falling behind and then coming back with high fastballs and a real good breaking ball that was down and in.
Matt Latos looking on brilliant tonight. 7 shutout innings and gave up just 2 hits. Can I give you a master of the obvious real quick? Not that you feel overly sympathetic, but this job's hard, man. This is Greg Norton's job right here, to get a hit in this spot.
There aren't many guys who can do it and do it successfully and do it successfully for a long period of time. He had a great year last year. It's been a struggle for him this year. But recently his swings have been better. He made some adjustments with his hands, move him back a little bit and up. And he's got a 2-0 count.
Good eye.
You always like it when you're standing at the plate and the pitcher falls behind and he takes a glance over to see who's on deck. That tells you at the plate that he's not all that fired up about throwing you a strike. Who would I have to pitch to next?
And ball 4 loads him up. And again, you know, we talk about situational hitting, but you're just trying to take the next step. The job of every hitter in a 1-0 game in this spot, not make an out.
Don't make an out. If you make an out, hit a fly ball to the outfield and tie the game up. That out is acceptable.
Don't need a double in the gap. I mean, just if every guy a good at bat, you don't make it out.
You saw Thatcher in their bullpen. He's the only lefty they have. They've got a ton of right-handers down there, and I'm surprised they don't have a left-hander and a righty ready so they can go back and forth. But they're going to leave Gregerson in there to pitch to Infante and Prado.
It was interesting. They got Thatcher up during LaRoche's at bat.
Yeah.
So you're not going to bring him in until, I don't know, Chipper or McCann.
Well, that's the switch hitter. Norton's a switch hitter. Maybe they thought he might somehow use Church to pinch hit. Not likely.
Loaded up, 1 out. Braves down a run, bottom 8. Ball 1.
This inning started. We talked at the beginning of the game about Yunel Escobar being one of the cold hitters, he and Chipper, and he got it started on a slider that he stayed on a long time and hit off the end of the bat to center for a base hit for a good at bat to get all this going.
Pulled off that slider, 1-1.
That's okay. You know what? Falling behind 1-0. He was looking for fastball, sitting on fastball all the way, figuring that Gregerson needed to get a strike and would do it with a fastball and not the slider. Don't blame Omar at all for having a big cut.
Escobar, Diaz, and Norton, third to first. Not going to do it. Cabrera. And there's 2 down. That hurts.
Now the Padres get Greg Burkop, a right-hander. And you're right, that hurts a lot unless Martin can come through. He's had some good swings tonight for his first game in 5 days.
All loaded up for Prado. Latos looking on. He is in line for his 5th win. Strike 1.
Slider, slider, slider to Infante. It's 2 in a row to Martin. Typically in this situation, Martin likes to try to just guard the plate, inside out anything, fight off any fastballs in, and try to go to right field.
Got him swinging. Gregerson does a good job pitching his way into, then out of trouble. And Matt Latos appreciates it. Nasty slider. We go to the 9th. It is still 1-0. Right there, Jurgens 7 2/3, a run on 5 hits. Matt Latos brilliant. 7 innings of shutout ball, allowed 2 hits, didn't walk anyone, struck out 4. Only run of the game, an Adrian Gonzalez solo homer. So we go to the 9th, 1-0 San Diego, and Bobby Cox goes to the bullpen. It's our AT&T call to the bullpen, and Peter Moylan into the game. He'll face Kuzminov, Hundley, and Gwynn. And the numbers very good for Peter. Just better and better as the season's gone on.
He's been amazing since the All-Star break. 17 strikeouts in 17 innings. 4 walks. He's only allowed 12 hits, no runs. Not too bad since the break.
Towards third, nice play, Chipper. 1 up and 1 down.
Nice backhanded stop, and that ball was just hugging the ground. Infielders sometimes get caught thinking, well, it's got to come up at some point, and don't have their glove on the ground, but Chipper stayed down on it.
Here's the catcher. Hundley's 0 for 3. And Moylan deals a strike. The 1-1 and a breaking ball way outside. Not a lot of offense in this one. Jurgens and Latos going head-to-head. And the 21-year-old Latos got the better of it by a smidge. Foul of third. Three and two with one out.
Offensively for Atlanta, looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth, you got the heart of the order up there: Chipper, McCann, and Anderson. So while they blew a golden opportunity there in the eighth, Heath Bell, their closer, still going to have his work cut out for him. That was one of those innings that the Braves have rarely had to suffer through offensively lately. Bases loaded, one out, and not score.
And the closer up in the pen for the Pods. Moylan's 3-2. Got him. Painted the edge, 2 down. Well, folks, this Thursday, August 27th, Braves Golf Night. Arrive early for pregame golf activities. Free lessons from golf pros and golf demos. Gates open at 4:40 for a discount on game tickets. Visit braves.com/golf night. There'll be demos and there'll be exercising demons. Golf demons.
Bringing every club I own.
Splashing holy water on your clubs?
Yes. Dave Baker may be giving some of those lessons. He does not have those problems. His ball goes where he wants it to go.
Now, is Baker better right now than he's ever been?
I thought you were going to say, is he better right-handed than left? And the answer to the question is yes. Some would say the most improved golfer in the history of the game over the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Line drive to left and a base hit. So Gwynn aboard with 2 outs. Oscar Salazar will come up and hit. So Salazar hits for Gregerson, and Heath Bell's going to come in the 9th.
Salazar 5 for 16 with a homer as a pinch hitter. Won 6 stolen bases, but he's been caught 5 times too, so he may be running, but it literally is 50-50 for him. The only thing managers hate to do is waste a player. 2 outs, if he gets thrown out, then Salazar is wasted because the pitcher's going to come in that spot, and he will have used Salazar for nothing. Of course, Buddy Black is hoping that he doesn't have to use anybody else.
Little roller, some funny spin. By the way, on the scoreboard, the Pirates lead the Phillies 3-2. And the Dodgers on top of the Rockies 1-0 in the fourth. The Pirate-Philly game is now in the eighth. Check swing. Did he go?
Yes, he did.
You bet. Tim Timmons there.
Way out there. That was an easy one. Good pitch by Peter. That sign is for a throw to first.
Thank you, sir.
Just in case somebody at home was wondering, what in the world is he going to throw here?
Got him. So Moylan gets out of it, and here we go. Chipper, McCann, Anderson coming up, Bell coming in. Braves down 1. Rally caps on. Bottom of the ninth. Padres lead it 1-0. John Sciambi and Joe Simpson with you. Our Airtran home run leaderboards. Here are some notable homers tonight. Rollins has hit 2, but the Phillies trail by a run. Josh Willingham having a good year. His 20th. Carlos Zambrano and another Carlos. Pena's got a pair. He's been red hot.
What a year he's having.
He's been one of the best kept secrets, I'd say, in baseball as far as top offensive players the last couple of years. Braves need to come up with some offense. And one of the thoughts from a fan, clone Matt Diaz.
They'll need to hurry.
Diaz, and Diaz, yes, for the Braves here in the ninth.
Pete Bell only has 2 blown saves this year. They've both been on the road. .30 for 32, an excellent ERA, and microscopic average against him. Pitched in the All-Star game for the first time and actually took the loss this year. Gave up a run. Fastball, slider, change. There's his numbers against Bell in his career, and for Chipper, it's just a matter, after what we've seen tonight, of him trying to stay back and be patient.
I think in a spot like this, because he doesn't feel well, I think he'd be more than happy to take a walk.
He'd take a single to left. Outfield very deep.
It's always interesting in these spots because, look, Chipper's struggling, and he is struggling as badly as we've seen in quite some time. And yet, if you're the other side, you don't quite trust it.
No, no way. It's like he could be 0 for his last 40, and Bud Black's over there saying, yeah, I know that. I've seen him play before.
Yeah, this will be the at-bat where he breaks out.
He had a good cut at that last pitch. Three more gray hairs popping up on Bud Black as a result. .94 on that fastball from Bell. Good spot, outer third of the plate, forcing Chipper to pretty much supply his own power, and he couldn't get around on it.
Good job there laying off.
Hasn't thrown the slider for a strike yet. Remember, the first pitch to Chipper was a slider in the dirt. That one was in the dirt. It's 3-2. Would he dare throw it again for fear of walking him? Got to sit on the fastball if you're Chipper. Got to respect the mid-90s slider. That's the type of swing you'd expect on a 3-2 slider to stay alive. I mean, he's trying to sit on the 94-mile-an-hour, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he tricks you with a 3-2 slider. That's what you expect to see, a little tap or foul, just to get a piece of it.
See what he goes with here. That is roped right field, but Venable right there. So Chipper hit it hard, good at bat, but nothing to show for it, and the Braves are down to their final 2 outs.
We've seen that a lot tonight. We've got line drives dotting my scorecard all over the place, and this was a bit of a, it wasn't a hanging slider, it was just one that was up. And he covered it right on the sweet spot, right at the right fielder. It's 12 fly ball outs tonight, and at least half of those have been line shots caught, either right at outfielders or making sliding catches. Keith Bell used to be with the Mets, came to the Padres in a deal, and used primarily as a setup guy in the 7th and 8th inning for Trevor Hoffman. And then last year, with problems for Trevor and injuries that had been cropping up, he started working his way into this role, and he's been good.
And at this point, better stuff than Trevor Hoffman.
Yeah.
Braves only 4 hits tonight. And a base hit to right, make it 5, tying run aboard.
Padres defensively were doing things the right way. They're playing deep in the outfield and they're guarding the line. Another slider. Brian went out around this one, and because Gonzalez was playing near the line, he couldn't get to it to knock it down.
Reed Gurecki will run for him.
Anderson just 0 for 1 in his career against him. Oh, what a stop. Second time tonight, Hundley has done that on a ball in the dirt to his right, where he has shifted over.
Wow.
And caught it with the glove down, pointing down. Amazing. Great play.
Braves looking for a run here in the bottom of the ninth, at the very least, to keep this thing going. Way high.
This may be the catcher saying, look, the guy at first is a tying run. The guy we got to worry about is at the plate. He would be the go-ahead run. He might be trying to take some of the pressure off Heath Bell by saying, let me worry about the guy at first.
Braves Live coming up at the conclusion of our game. Red Hickman, Ron Gant, Jerome Jurinovich. Oh, Garrett like to have that back.
He's seen a lot of sliders, though, from the thrown to the first few guys, two guys coming up, and he was probably sitting on a slider and got a fastball right there.
Gurecki's going. Throw to the third base side, and he's safe. Oh, baby, if that had been to the first base side, Joe, I think he would have been out.
Yeah, but it wasn't any. I love the aggressiveness. You need one to tie. He's sitting in the pinch run, and he's running. You got a perfect pitch to throw on Hundley. But just a halfway decent better throw, and they got a shot at it.
So here we go, 3-1. Nice pitch.
3-1 slider. They do that a lot, the Padres. That was just a get over slider. He wasn't trying to put it down and in and get him to swing over it. He just was throwing it for a strike. Much like the 3-2 slider to Chipper that he hit to right.
Got a piece.
They've really got Venable playing toward the line in right field. They fully expect him to try to pull the ball. That's why he's shifted over there. There's a lot of room between Tony Gwynn and Will Venable. Tony Gwynn's on an island out there by himself.
Yeah, because Headley's guarding the line and left.
3-2 slider to Chipper. What's he do here to Garrett?
Missed. Now 2 aboard. The winning run is on base.
Wow, was that a good take by Garrett Anderson. Ball 4 on a fastball at about 93, 94, 4-seamer. Just a little off the plate, and that is so hard to lay off in the 9th inning with the tying run on.
So there you go.
He's the guy you want up there. The only guy that you'd think you'd want up there right now that's better is Matt Diaz, because he's 8 for his last 9.
Gurecki at second, Anderson at first. He was late.
Another good pitch to the outside part. That was Rafael Soriano-like, 94 on the outside corner. And now he's in the driver's seat. Doesn't have to throw a strike and can try to get him to chase a breaking ball.
Oh. Just flat blew him away right there. And the Braves down to their final out. Adam LaRoche will come up. One more look.
And upstairs. And we've seen that pitch swung at several times tonight. For his first hit against this guy. And working on a 7-game hitting streak without a hit tonight.
In the air, right center field, long run, Venable, diving, can't make the play. In to score, Gurecki. They'll stop Anderson at third. And Adam LaRoche comes up with his first hit against Heath Bell, and we are tied. Well, Joe Simpson, that positioning that you pointed out comes back to bite the Padres.
Great effort out there by Venable, but he had too far to go. That ball wasn't hit hard, and it seemed to hang up forever. From our vantage point, Boog, we could see that there was a long way to go for both outfielders, but the ball just wouldn't come down, and finally it did just out of Venable's reach. Gurecki's going to score easily, and with 2 out, Garrett Anderson's running, but remember, Garrett's back has been bothering him. He's not able to run as fast as he had been and had to be held at third by Brian Snitker. No chance at all for him to score.
Time called Bud Black, telling Adrian Gonzalez, don't hold him on.
Al Michaels would be proud. Hottest hitter in the game up there right now.
The winning run 90 feet away. Bell with a big fastball, and it's 0-1.
Eight for his last 9.
Pushes a bunt to first, but Gonzalez there, and that ends the inning. Braves, they'll pick up the equalizer. Adam LaRoche, RBI single, and we're playing extras, tied at 1. Joe, what of that last play by Matt Diaz?
Well, take a look at the defense. Look how far up the middle Eckstein's playing. Matt can see the runner take off. They're not holding him. So he's got a lot of room right in here to work with, but unfortunately, it wasn't a bad idea, but he bunted it right to the bag. And that made an easy play for Gonzalez. If that was his plan, it was not a bad idea, it just didn't execute that time. He had the second baseman back, and if he can get the first baseman to field the ball, he's just got to beat the pitcher to the bag. Tie game, though. Still alive.
AT&T called to the bullpen. And Mike Gonzalez will take over. 63rd appearance. He'll face the top of the order. Cabrera, Eckstein, Gonzalez. By the way, the Phillies have gotten a run in the ninth on a Ben Francisco RBI double. 3-3 top 9 in Pittsburgh, the Phillies and the Pirates. And the Dodgers and Rockies are tied at 2, bottom of the 4th. Marlins held off the Mets 2-1 in Miami. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Cabrera down on strikes, 1 away.
Mike Gonzalez has been on quite a roll, too. He's only given up 1 hit over his last 4 outings, covering 3 2/3. 4 strikeouts included in that.
He is just peppering the zone right now.
Extra inning ball games are fun, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Exciting.
Exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you. In on his thumbs, Prado there. Eckstein is out. And there's 2 away in the 10th.
Third blown save of the year for Heath Bell, and they've all been on the road.
Mike will face Adrian Gonzalez here, who was 1 out of 2. A couple of walks. His solo homer in the 3rd provided the Padres with their only run.
0 for 2 in his career against Mike. Connected on this fastball in the 3rd inning for the Padres' only run.
Fonte has a beat on this one. Gonzalez gets him 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 10th. 9-1-2 scheduled for the Braves. Mike Gonzalez continues his good streak. Center field, we are tied at 1, and we go to the bottom of the 10th. Absolutely beautiful night in Atlanta. John Shambi and Joe Simpson with you. And Greg Burke will take over. 42nd appearance for the right-hander.
I always look at walks on relievers. That's, to me, kind of a telltale thing with respect to their control and how much they come in and are aggressive. That's quite a few walks for Burke. His number's a little better than his season numbers, at least in his last 22 games, an ERA under 4, 374 mark. Left-handers hitting him at a 338 clip.
Kelly Johnson hits for Gonzalez. Kuzmanov about even with the base, maybe a step inside at third. And Kelly lays off.
Kelly's 4 for 9 as a pinch hitter.
Chased after that, 1-2.
Looked like a split finger pitch.
Now the 1-2. Braves need a base runner, a 1-1 game, bottom of the 10th. It was 1-0. The Braves got a run in the bottom of the 9th. Adam LaRoche, an RBI single.
Benny Black frustrated, standing there with a 1-0 lead in the 9th. 1 out, nobody on, and their defensive alignment got burned by McCann's ground ball base hit wide of Gonzalez, and then the outfield alignment, the ball dropping between them after so many hard hit balls tonight have been hit right at outfielders.
And ball 4, great at bat.
Again, bases on balls with relievers. You look at those and see how much the guy comes in, and it gives you a pretty good indication of how much he comes in and throws strikes.
Let's go down to Fred Hickman. Fred, what's coming up from Braves Live?
Thank you very much, Boog. Well, Ron Gant, Jerome Jurinovich are going to join me. Of course, we're going to hear from manager Bobby Cox about this scintillating win, Braves fans hope. And we're also going to chart the out-of-town scoreboard action for you, see how the Phillies and the Marlins do as well. So that's all coming up right after the game. We'll get it back upstairs to you fellas.
All right, thanks. Now it's Infante. And he pops the bunt out of play.
Too late. Too late getting squared around. And he's moving out of the box. That slow motion makes it look better than it was in terms of when he squared around. Now he's got it out there.
With a left-handed throwing first baseman, it makes this bunt a little bit more difficult because both corners charging have the angle where they don't have to rotate in order to throw the ball to second base.
That's true. And Gonzalez, pretty good first baseman. He's not on par with Adam LaRoche, but he's pretty good fielder. I would say if there's one thing that might help here is he's not very quick. Doesn't get to the ball fast.
Burke taking his time.
This is one of those times where you like having a guy like Infante up there who does little things well, expecting him to get it down.
Can't do it there. Now 1-2.
Had the bat out in front, but changed the angle, pulled the bat back just a little bit, the barrel, trying to direct it to first base, which you'd expect him to do, but it was off the bottom of the bat. Now let's see what Bobby does. Looked like he was giving some signs to Brian Snitker. Might be taking it off.
Check swing. And he held up 2-2.
Omar spread his stance out a little bit too to try to cut down on any excess movement here. Gave him a steady diet of sliders in the 8th when he popped up with the bases loaded, 1 out. Padres have to do that just because, even though you wouldn't expect Infante to turn around and bunt again, the Braves may say, okay, we got 2 strikes, we can't bunt, now let's try a hit and run. Get him over any way we can.
Kelly Johnson, small lead at first, 2-2 the count. And a good eye, now 3-2. Martin Prado waiting to hit next.
Dude, I would send him here, but I'd want Infante to know that he's running. I'd want Omar to look down and see that Kelly's been given the sign to go, so that Infante on anything borderline is going to protect Kelly by putting it in play somewhere, so that he doesn't take a borderline pitch for a called strike 3.
See what they do. He's going. Bouncer to third. Kuzminov's only play to first. Throws high, but in time. Works like a bunt.
Just like a bunt. Good at bat by Omar after not getting the bunt down. Protected the runner. Winning run at second. Martin is going to get some pitches to hit here. Again, I don't care what Chipper is. 1 for his last 28. They want the luxury of being able to walk Chipper and pitch to McCann. So Martin's going to get something to hit. Excuse me, it wouldn't be McCann, it'd be David Ross.
Strike 1 to Prado. Martin 0 for 4. Struck out his last time up. David Ross in the hole.
Look at all this space over here. Eckstein holding the runner close to try to make sure he doesn't get a good lead, but a lot of room for Martin to work right side.
Matt Latos started for the Padres, and he was brilliant. He set down the first 13 in a row and gave up 2 hits, didn't walk anyone, 7 shutout innings. Heath Bell blew the save in the 9th as the Braves got a run on a LaRoche RBI single. To the hole, it's short. Long throw. Cabrera in time.
Good play again by Everett Cabrera. Remember, he made a good play on Prado earlier tonight, back in the 6th inning with a runner at third, 2 out. He made a play where he had to charge the ball, throw on the run, and he got Martin then. This guy only really got a chance to play, Boog, after Adrian Gonzalez's brother Edgar got hit in the head with a pitch and suffered a concussion, one that's kept him on the disabled list since the end of July.
So they'll intentionally pass Chipper and leave it up to David Ross. Pirates, by the way, got 3 in the bottom of the 9th off of Lidge, won it on a McCutcheon 2-run homer. Beat the Phillies.
Way to go, Pirates.
And right now they're in the 5th, and the Dodgers and Rockies tied at 2. Marlins win it. If you missed the news, Johan Santana going to have surgery to remove bone chips in his elbow. He is done for the year.
You know what? That's the lesser of 2 evils for the Mets. Could have been an elbow ligament problem that would have knocked him out for a year. He was supposed to pitch that game tonight.
Well, David Ross gets a chance to be the hero.
He hasn't had a lot of at-bats lately, I would say in the second half. And he's 0 for his last 8, but he's due. And you know he'll give you a good aggressive at-bat here.
Greg Burke ready.
Braves have what I think, at least in my opinion, is their best base runner at second base, and Kelly Johnson. He's going to be hard to throw out if David can get a base hit.
Wouldn't bite on that one.
Eckstein's not holding Kelly as close as he was either. He's moved off a little bit, try to protect the hole some so Kelly can extend his lead.
Yeah, David Ross in the second half has 18 at bats. He got 90 in the first half.
A lot of that when McCann was on the DL.
Now a 2-0. Wow.
Get over breaking ball, 81 miles an hour. Look at Brian Church there in uniform, but not available.
So 2-1 on Ross. Johnson at second, Jones at first. Went too far, 2-2.
Padres bullpen has been walking a tightrope since Gregerson came in, left the bases loaded after Atlanta got him loaded with 1 out and didn't score. Bell gave up a run, left the winning run at third base. And now the winner's at second. Let's see if they escape one more time.
Two and 2 on Ross with 2 aboard and 2 outs in the 10th. And David able to hang in there.
Braves only left 2 men on base through the first 7 innings. Last 2 innings they've had 5 left on. And boy, did he spoil a good one there. Nicely done.
It's a tough spot when you haven't been playing a lot.
Mostly you've got to just give up that inside third of the plate. He hasn't thrown him anything that would lead you to believe he's going to try to run one in on him. Just look away and then react and hope that you get something you can put the barrel on.
Johnson, the winning run at second. Wow. He was trying to go outer edge, and it looked like it was a two-seamer that just kept running back down and in. See where Hundley set up. Watch.
That thing really had some sink on it, didn't it? Well, a huge advantage here for Kelly. He'll be able to run on the pitch. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense to make a play on the infield, knowing they don't have any room to bobble.
They're on their feet. Here we go. The 3-2 pitch. Inside ball 4. And it'll be left up to Garrett Anderson to win this baby. Bud Black out of the dugout.
Got Thatcher ready, and he's going to go get him.
Bud Black matching up, lefty on lefty. Back with a new pitcher after this. Bottom of the 10th, 2 outs, and the base is all loaded up. And this lefty's done good work for the Padres. 41 strikeouts and 32 1/3. He's on for the 35th time. Anderson has faced him before, and Garrett 0 for 2 with a strikeout.
This guy's been terrific. You're right, Boog. 27 inherited runners, only 4 have scored. He's allowed only 1 run in his last 9 1/3 innings. And this is the 3rd time. He's up with the big club for the 3rd time, and I would say that he's now making an impression with his August work. But he better be careful if he throws a first pitch fastball.
Drops down, fires in a strike, and it's 0-1. Obviously a tough arm angle from this guy. And that quickly, it's 0-2.
Yeah, that's coming from south of Laredo somewhere. Big sweeping breaking ball right off the end of the bat.
figure he comes back with a breaking ball here?
I would. Yeah. No reason to throw him a strike from that angle.
Got him swinging. Braves leave him loaded. We'll go to the 11th at Turner Field. Still tied at 1-1.
Some defensive changes for Atlanta to start the 11th. Chipper Jones is out of the ballgame. Martin Prado moves over to play third base. Kelly Johnson will stay in the game at second base. And on to pitch the 11th for Atlanta will be Rafael Soriano. Soriano is in his 58th game, 1-4, 2.37 ERA. The Braves had to make the AT&T call to the bullpen.
Disconnected.
It was awfully hot and kind of melted.
Please
there.
hang up and try your call again. Rafael Soriano, our AT&T call to the bullpen, and fires in strike one to Chase Headley. One 6-0 across the board for each side. A run, 6 hits, no errors for San Diego. Same story for the Braves. It was 1-0 Padres until the bottom of the ninth. And the Braves really not able to generate anything against Matt Latos. But the last 3 innings, they've left 8 on base. Two and two now.
And the Braves do not have any extra men left on the bench except Ryan Church.
Got him with a fastball, a strikeout, one away. Somebody making popcorn in a microwave?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
A little something to keep us all going.
Sure.
You can dip your popcorn too if you want.
Oh, good fastball and one on Will Venable.
Soriano went through that rough patch, gave up the home run to Glode on the 28th of July, gave up the home run to Ethier on the 6th of August. But since then, he's been back to normal.
And just blew away Will Venable.
That's very normal. 94. Two-seamer running away from a left-handed hitter. Ross wanted the pitch up. It was right at the target.
So he's gotten the first 2 on strikes, and now it's Kevin Kuzminoff. A 1-1 game in the 11th. Braves are 8-3 in extra innings this year. You know what I like about that last shot? The last shot we had of the guy with the rally cap there? Is that if you really focus, like we could wave in the background. And you can get us in the shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man. Struck out the side. Soriano brilliant here in inning number 11. A 1-1 game at Turner Field. And the Braves bullpen has been tremendous. Moylan, Gonzalez, Soriano, they've given up
Lotto's outstanding. Jurgen's only the 1 run. Again for Jair, the 20th time out of 27 starts where he's allowed 2 runs or less. And to me, the difference in the ballgame is still Lotto's and the way he dominated the Braves hitters for 7 innings, Boog.
Braves situational hitting late. Hasn't gotten it done, but again, we talked about this, I guess, the other day against the Marlins. Just if you keep getting the opportunities, you like your chances.
Yeah, and while the Braves haven't been a big home run hitting team for most of the year, lately they have been. And if you're talking about a sudden death situation, you certainly favor the Braves over the San Diego Padres. Thatcher was good doing what he had to do to get Garrett Anderson to in the 10th, but now he'll face Escobar, a right-handed hitter, to start the 11th.
Everybody loves Eye of the Tiger, too.
I know I do.
I believe Rocky 3, isn't that what that's from? Survivor, Eye of the Tiger.
You still see Rocky running on the beach.
Yeah. Apollo's training him. High chopper off the plate. Thatcher getting over there. Oh, my goodness, how'd he come up with that? And he got him.
Easy, you know. There's no more players over there. You can be upset that you didn't beat it out, but it looked like a good call, but the Braves don't have anyone else to put in if you say the wrong thing and get kicked out. That ball had funny spin. Great play by Thatcher to glove it on the funny spin here. Going toward the line, and then it bounced back toward the mound.
Yeah, it looked like he did get him at first.
Yeah, did.
LaRoche fouls one back in our direction. And 0-1. He's got the biggest hit of the night from a Braves perspective. Tied it up with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Braves trying to come up with an extra inning win.
Good eye by Adam on breaking ball that was thrown behind him and came inside for a ball, and then that one thrown at the middle of the plate and broke off.
Towards first. Nice play, Gonzalez.
Man.
And here's our man, Matt Diaz. Got his fans out there in right field. Strained oblique.
It's a bad sign.
All that writing.
Not us. We can go all night.
Absolutely. Right there for a strike, 0-2. Matty tried to bunt his last time up.
Braves are 8-3 in extra innings. Padres 6-5.
And now it's 2-2.
I don't know. I smell one of those Matt Diaz patented gappers right here.
All right.
Try to throw that backdoor slider. Came in.
He broke his bat.
That wasn't his lucky bat, though.
That one is.
That one is. He's not going to take his A gamer bat up there against a guy he hadn't seen much until now.
Sort of sandbagging him, you're saying?
He was setting him up.
Center field, Gwynn back some more, and he's got it. And the Braves go 1-2-3. We're going to the 12th, 1-1 game. Joe Simpson. A 1-1 game. We go to the 12th. And we dial up our BlackBerry.
Got a good connection.
AT&T call to the bullpen. And Chris Medlin on here. Just brilliant since the break.
How about those numbers? See, and there, you look at the walks there to strikeouts and innings pitched, it's just outstanding. He had a 5.85 ERA before the break in 11 games, and he's done that out of the pen since the break. Great work. And he'll be a long guy here if needed. He'll pitch more than one inning, you would expect, if needed.
Hundley, then Gwynn, and then the pitcher's spot. And that's ripped into left center field. That's going to be extra bases. And Nick Hundley with a leadoff double here in the 12th.
Nothing like an extra base hit in extra innings from the leadoff batter. Fastball came right back to him. He's had some good swings tonight. Nothing to show for it. Lined out in the 7th inning right at Garrett Anderson, but this time it's one between Anderson and Infante.
And now Gwynn up here, but first Medlin wants to talk with Ross. Padres 0 for 5 with men in scoring position tonight. And you're expecting the bunt from Tony Gwynn.
There's another time where the left-handed first baseman comes in handy if it's a hard bunt to the right side.
Couldn't get it down there. Tony Gwynn on the season, 2 sacrifice bunts. He's gotten the bulk of the starts in center since coming over May 21st in exchange for Jody Garrett. Came from the Brewers. And he hits here with Nick Hundley at second in a 1-1 game. Bunted towards third, but foul. Let's see if they keep it on.
Trevor Hoffman's brother, Glenn Hoffman, the third base coach for the Padres, and he was going through the signs. I'd be surprised if he's still bunting, but we'll see.
Hey!
Hundley has catcher speed at second base. Base hit. Might give the outfielders time to make a play.
Got him. Change up, and he swung through it. One away.
That's where Chris Medlin has an advantage here over maybe other relievers, and that is his ability to strike people out. Good sinking action on that fastball. Talking about his good work since the All-Star break. 24 strikeouts, now 25 in 19 2/3 innings. And he needed a strikeout and got it.
So Luis Rodriguez comes up and hits for Joe Thatcher. A 1-1 game in the 12th.
Oh, good pitch. Breaking ball, I guess it was low.
Rodriguez hitting just .212, a couple of homers, 15 knocked in. Hundley out there at second, the go-ahead run.
Another pitch that looked pretty good. Two-seamer running away, but it's not where he caught it. It's where it went across the plate. Looked pretty good.
Right there. Jurgens tonight, good work. 7 2/3 innings, gave up just 1 run. Tomorrow it'll be Kawakami and Stauffer, and Braves Live will start it off at 6:30. Inside corner, good pitch. How about that 3-1 changeup?
More and more confidence every time out. Says he feels like he belongs now after putting together a very solid second half.
Ball 4. And 2 aboard with 1 out, and the top of the order coming up. Braves have the Padres here, and then this weekend they'll be in Philadelphia.
These are games here, though, Boog, that you got to win. They did a great job of piecing together a 9th inning to tie it. But if you want to play in the postseason, these are the games you have to win against teams like San Diego. And leaving all those men on base in the 8th, 9th, and 10th hopefully won't come back to haunt them.
Yeah, right now, speaking of these are the games you have to win, the Cubs are at home tonight, and they're losing in the bottom of the 8th, 15-5 to the Nationals. And Lou Piniella is sitting in the dugout saying these are the games you got to win.
Mm-hmm.
And with a loss, they'll fall to 62-61. I mean, they're in danger of going bye-bye.
Yeah, I really thought when they got Ramirez back at third base, they would take off, and they haven't. Zambrano got hurt. That kind of waylaid him for a while, but he's back. And pitched tonight. Got waylaid.
Now, they led the National League in runs scored last year. Zambrano, Harden, Dempster, Lilly. I thought they were the best team in the National League coming into the year. I mean, they were clearly the best team in the National League last year during the regular season.
Yeah.
I went out and signed Milton Bradley. He hasn't been able to stay healthy and hasn't been real productive this year. Really more, he hasn't been very productive. Got him on the outside corner. And Cabrera's gone. That's a huge pitch.
Another strikeout. Tailing back,
corner,
yeah, tailing back to the inside corner. He's got great movement on his two-seamer tonight. Outfield's going to move in a little bit. Infante was looking into the bench for some instruction. They're going to try to prevent Eckstein from dumping in a single. And what's he do?
Left center field, well hit. And that one is going to score a run. They'll hold up Rodriguez at third, RBI double, and it's 2-1 Padres.
It just moved Infante over toward right a little bit and in. Not expecting him to show any power. He has 1 home run this year. They weren't worried about him hitting the ball over anybody's head. But because the outfield came in a little bit, it shortened up their range, and he got a fastball coming back to him. And he hit it between everybody.
They walk Gonzalez to load him up. Third time he's been walked tonight. David Eckstein's a pain in the butt, huh?
Yep. And that's what he does to you. You can't strike him out. I think he's among the league leaders in the top 2 or 3 and toughest to fan, 1 every 14 at bats or something like that. So you know he's going to put it in play. And I, quite frankly, would have done the same thing with my outfield. I would have shaded him the other way with Medlin pitching, not expecting him to pull the ball or hit it with any authority. Second in the National League in toughest to fan. Thanks, Laser Baker.
Talking about David Eckstein, yeah. And he got enough of it and pulled it into left center field. So here's Headley. And that's ball 1.
Cannot give him any more. Yadier Molina is #1 in toughest to fan. Braves will have Kelly Johnson, Infante, and Prado due up in the 12th.
Got to keep it right here. Got to keep it at 2-1. Good pitch.
His four-seamer to the inside part, I think, is surprising not only Headley but some of the other left-handed hitters and how quick it is. Got Cabrera looking too.
Big pitch, can't walk him.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that pitch selection. Just because you got to make a good pitch here.
And he did. Got him.
Changeup.
Padres, they'll get the go-ahead run. Eckstein, RBI double. It's 2-1. Johnson to start it off. Braves down a run. Need another comeback. And the new pitcher, Edward Mujica, on for the 58th time. And you see the numbers. Pretty good. 3.31 the ERA. And 51 strikeouts in 68 innings of work.
Yeah, good control, too. He'll be around the plate. 250 average against him. So he's given up a few hits. 7 homers in 9 homers in 68 innings.
So Johnson, Infante, and Prado. Kuzminov playing inside the base on the grass over there at third. He wants to make sure Kelly doesn't drop one down. Change up to start it off, it looked like.
Yeah, something sinking.
'86, I can't tell what that is.
That looked like just something he's turning over a little bit. Little two-seamer that he's cutting over the top of.
Left field and Headley. And there's the first out of the bottom of the 12th.
That's how the bottom of the ninth started. Chipper lined out for the first out of the inning, but then McCann singled. And with 2 out, LaRoche had a base hit to drive in the tying run. Braves had bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th, and didn't score, and that inning was the tough one to swallow tonight.
Punch down the right side, but that'll slice foul. Nate McLouth's on the DL. He's got a bat and batting gloves in his hand. Infante gone, and the Braves down to their final out.
Tough night for the top of the order. Infante and Prado. Martin coming back to the lineup tonight, and combined they are 0 for 11.
Pitcher's spot is next if Prado reaches Ryan Church in the on-deck circle. David Eckstein, the hero so far, an RBI double in the top half of this inning.
Yeah, a pitch that Medlin just had tail back over the middle of the plate for Eckstein. Outfield playing him shallow, and he was able to hit it where they weren't.
Martin 0 for 5.
Top 3 in the order, 0 for 15 tonight.
Lash to right, Venable there, and that'll do it. Padres win it in 12. 2-1 the final, and a tough loss for Atlanta. David Eckstein, our Home Depot player of the game, the go-ahead RBI double in the 12th.
Getting the hero lift from Tony Gwynn. Didn't crush it, he just hit it out in no man's land in left center. And that plated Hundley, who had led off the inning with a double. Tough loss for Atlanta against a team that, quite frankly, they should be wearing out.
Well, the final here, 2-1 in 12. Stick around. Braves Live coming up. Fred Hickman, Ron Gant, Jerome Jurinovich.